Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cooler Box channel with me, Cooler61. After killing that giant troll, I decided that it was time to start doing quests. So I went to the quest list and picked the first interestingly named quest, which was the Blood Pact. I immediately took that one without a second guess and began to make my way to the graveyard in Lumbridge. Once I arrived at the graveyard, I spoke with Xenia, an adventurer. She told me that some cultists entered the catacombs with the hostage and were probably up to no good, but since she was not as young as she used to be, she needed some backup. When we entered the catacombs, we were immediately met with flying arrows, which injured Xenia. She said she'll hold back and let me handle all the fighting. I'm starting to understand why she needed backup. If she went alone, this would have been a whole other story. I confronted the archer and began to exchange blows. He tried to injure me, but with my heavy armor on, he stood no chance. I believe that archery is a wonderful skill to have, and I would like to learn it someday. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. After soundly defeating the archer, I asked him a couple of questions. The archer's name was Kale, and that he was in a blood pact with the other two cultists. As for knowing what they were doing, he didn't know what was going on. I decided to let him live as he was being sincere, and he didn't seem like the kind of guy to give anyone problems. After Kale left, it was time to face the second cultist. It turned out that she was a mage, and I didn't have any ranged weaponry with me, but since Kale left his bow behind, I decided to borrow it to defeat her. After defeating the mage, I found out that she was named Caitlin, and that they were going to perform a ritual that would grant them power, but in order to do that, they needed to sacrifice someone. I decided to end her, mostly because she asked me, and I'm a nice guy. I decided to take her staff since she won't be needing it anymore. It was finally time to face the last cultist, who was a melee fighter. Since magic is particularly effective against melee fighters, Caitlin's staff came into use. I knew it was a good idea to take Caitlin's staff. Don't worry, Caitlin. The staff is in good hands. It was a long fight, but I came out on top. The fighter's name was Reese. He did not speak much and only requested that I kill him to end the blood pact in the catacombs. Then, the stairway to the deeper floors was unlocked. I didn't think too much on it at the time, since my priority was to rescue the hostage. Once the hostage was safely taken out of the catacombs, she thanked me. I'm not the kind of guy who revels in praise, but it's nice to hear a thank you when you do something good. Zinnia thanked me for the assistance and said I could take the cultists' weapons as a reward, and gave me Reese's blade as I left him behind. With my first quest done, I felt great. Not only did I manage to save someone, but I also got 3 new weapons absolutely free. Who wouldn't consider that a steal? After all that, I decided to go back into the catacombs and see what I had just unlocked. In the lower level of the catacombs, I found roach-like insects that were freakishly fast and hard to keep up with. Then there were spiders that seemed to have a face for a body. I still don't understand how that works. There were flies, or what I think were flies. Let me know in the comments. Mummified remains that were missing their lower halves. They looked kinda funny when they moved. Giant rats. These guys could give me a run for my money. And a very varied assortment of skeletons. Ones that had glowing rib cages to ones that were neatly dressed. These guys had style while they were alive, and took it to their graves. No pun intended. And finally, a skeleton who had an interesting set of garments, probably a dungeon master, but since I was sightseeing, I left him alone. There were also 3 statues in the dungeon, but I left those alone too. Getting rid of cultists, acquiring a new set of weapons, and a tour around someone's grave. An interesting day at the very least. What does a normal day in RuneScape look like to you? I would love to know. If you liked what you saw, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. Want to see more of my content? Subscribe. And please, remember to share the video. If we can put a smile on your face, we can put a smile on anyone's face. Until the next video, stay safe everyone. Bye for now.